So as you can tell, November, I did a horrible job with Bible study. I feel like I only studied when I had to make a video for the channel, and I hate that. I really want to change that. And November was a crazy month for me. I was extremely busy, and you can tell, and even though I listen to sermons every day and I do something, towards God every day, I really feel so much more connected to God when I'm in His Word. So today is Friday, November 29th, and I did study the Bible today, but I didn't get to fill it in yet. But the days that have a date on it, those are the days I studied my Bible and did my Bible study. So next month, I'm going to do a way better job at that. It's my goal to do every single day in December. So honestly, this month I was a little selfish, and I prayed for myself. I was a little bit selfish, and I prayed for myself for guidance, growth, and giving. I just really felt like I needed to do that because I was just at a place where I needed God's guidance and I needed to grow and I needed to give more. And I feel like November was definitely a month where I saw an improvement in that. So I'm happy for that. And then my gratitude journal, of course, I always like to write about things that I'm so happy for. And, I even put ice cream. So I definitely love this page, and I'll be carrying that over to next month. So I did videos on these two topics, waiting on God and freedom in Christ, and all of the videos that I've already done, I'll have linked down below. Same thing, I've done a video on Genesis 9 and on unity. Unity, I feel like, was especially important because Satan tries to divide people by using offense, and there's strength in numbers. So please check out that video if you haven't already. How to be self-aware. So this was such a pretty spread. I really love it. But I did a video on this as well. Will also be linked below. This was just a Bible study that I did. And I just needed to call out to God, and I just wrote about that. Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3, call to me and I will answer to you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. So we need to call to God. He's always available to us, but we must act. Call is an action. It's a verb. So we need to call out to Him when we need Him. He's there. We just need to call. And it may or may not always be the answer that we're expecting. And He will tell us great and unsearchable things. So the entire Bible doesn't really make sense to man or the world. It just kind of seems like, what? Somebody, built an ark with all these animals, and then the earth was populated again, and just, all these biblical events that had happened. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to God. And even like forgiving our enemies, bless those who hurt us, tithing, putting the needs of others first. Those things don't make sense to man. It's not a worldly thing. But typically, if it doesn't make sense to man, then it's very clear to God, So we need to read the word and call to Him. And then I just wrote a little prayer here, and that I need to be patient. So I just wrote out the word patience. So I think these were on 2 separate days. I did a video on Genesis 10. And then I was just having a rough day, and I needed to lean on God and just be in His rest. So I just looked up, scriptures on the rest of God. And I put, do I want to rest? Sometimes we feel like we have to worry, and I know I'm like that. I don't know. I feel like if I'm not worrying about a situation, then I'm not doing anything, but that's not true. Worrying is actually wasted energy. Worrying does nothing. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. So He says, come to me. We must go to Him. God is always there. We just need to go to Him. And this is just talking about acknowledging that Jesus is the Son of God. And all we have to do is acknowledge. And acknowledge is a powerful word, right? So it means to accept or admit the existence or truth of. So if we just believe that Jesus is the Son of God and that He came down to this earth as a man and died for us, then we are saved. That's it. So I just did a little Bible study on that as well. I did a video on encouragement and Genesis 11. And I did a video on being grateful. And then I think I just journaled a little bit here. So that is it for my November flip through. Not too much going on, not like October. I feel like October was a lot more extensive. And then, and then Genesis 12, that video is coming on Friday. And then I'll show you guys how I'm going to set up my December layout. I can't believe it's the last month of 2019. So this part I'll probably just speed up for you guys. So for my December layout, I decided to do something super simple. And I'll show you. I wanted to do more simple spreads starting from now and up until, next year. I feel like a lot of people are intimidated by a complex spread. So all I did was I drew a green line and then I colored in ovals on the green line for the leaves. And then I took a red marker and I made groups of 3 dots and I placed that around the green twigs. So that's it. It looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. So if you're on the fence about trying a journal because it looks too complicated, try this design. This is really simple, quick, and easy for December. This probably took me about 5 minutes to do. And it looks really cute. It looks like I put a lot more time into it than I did. And then for prayer and gratitude, I wrote those in green and I used the red dots around those as well. So again, this is really simple. And my bullet journal 2020 layout is coming soon if it hasn't been posted already. If it has been posted, then I will have that linked below. But this is it. This is how it came out. I really love it. Again, it was super simple and it looks really cute. So thank you so much for watching. I'm thankful for all of you and I'll see you next time. Bye.